Hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a great day today. I've been wanting to make this video quite some time after the Giants made this move. And I'm going to talk to you guys, in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about my expectations for the New York Giants now that John Harbaugh has been hired to be their 21st head coach. For you guys who do not know, I'm a huge fan of John Harbaugh. He's been one of my favorite coaches in the NFL for quite some time. I thought he did an excellent job in Baltimore during his near 2 decade tenure with the franchise. He racked up a combined total of 193 wins, 180 during the regular season, 13 in the postseason, including a Super Bowl championship over his younger brother Jim Harbaugh, who at the time was the head coach of the 49ers back in 2012. I think he's a great coach. I love his charisma. I love his personality. I love his attitude. He has everything I want in a head coach, to be brutally honest. He really, really does. Um, Sorry, I'm just a little fidgety today. That's why I'm clicking this pen right here. Um, but yeah, I've been wanting to do this video now because, let's face it, New York football has been pretty terrible for the past decade or so. I mean, sure, the Giants made the playoffs a couple of times in 2016 and 2022, but they haven't really been the same team since they won their fourth Super Bowl championship, their second over the New England Patriots back during the 2011 season. And, it's like, after the Giants would make the playoffs, the Giants would go right back to being a bad football team. And that's just not cool in my eyes. That's just not cool. New York football, as I said before when I made my video when the Giants and the Jets have been a disgrace to the NFL as well as to New York sports, that that hold on, let me retrace my let me just think here. That it's been depressing being a fan of New York football unless you're a Buffalo Bills fan, who I know they fired Sean McDermott, but outside of the Buffalo Bills, New York football has relatively been terrible. I mean, New York football has been bad lately, and it's not good. And I'm glad the Giants were willing to make the move, were willing to take the opportunity to hire who I consider to be one of the great coaches in the entire National Football League and bring him onto their organization. Now, the one guy on the Giants that I'm not really a big fan of is Joe Shane. He's done a lot of head scratching, boneheaded moves the last few years. I know he's made some good moves like drafting Abdul Carter, who I think is still a lot of potential in this league, trading for Brian Burns, drafting Jackson Dart, drafting Malik Neighbors, drafting Cam Scatterboo, trading for Brian Burns. I think I already talked about him. Oh, I'm sorry. Signing John Running, who I think is a good player. But outside of that, he's made a lot of head scratching, boneheaded moves. And that's just not cool. That's just not acceptable. And to me, if he really wants to give people the benefit of the doubt, like, hey, this guy can be a good general manager, he has to step his game up. And I mean, if he wants to really redeem himself, not only in Giants fans' eyes, but in the eyes of the NFL, he's got to step his game up. I mean, the best GM in the NFL right now is Howie Roseman of the Eagles. I mean, look what he's done. Since he's been the GM, the Eagles have been Super Bowl contenders, they've been playoff contenders, they've been NFC East contenders. They've been a damn good football team under his tenure, so I can't really can't really criticize Howie Roseman there. And I mean, this is a chance for Joe Shane to really put his big boy pants on and get to work because John Harbaugh, he spent the last near 2 decades with Baltimore and he worked with the likes of Ozzie Newsome, who's a Hall of Famer as a football player, as a tight end, who played his entire career with the Cleveland Browns, and not to mention was a really damn good GM for the Baltimore Ravens for a very long time. This is his chance to really step his game up, to really show people that he can be a good general manager. Because if he don't, he's gone. Now, do I think the Giants have the potential to be a good to great football team under John Harbaugh? Yes, but I'm not going to sit there and say they're going to be instant Super Bowl contenders in the upcoming 2026 season. That would be just ridiculous. But I do think they're headed in the right direction. I definitely do and strongly believe that John Harbaugh will get things turned around. I definitely have a lot more confidence in him bringing in a quality coaching staff than Aaron Glenn at this point. I mean, John Harbaugh, he's brought in a lot of very good to great coaches on his coaching staff for a long time. Aaron Glenn, even though this last year was his rookie year, he didn't really do much to bring in a quality coaching staff in general. So outside of Chris Banjo, that just shows you something. But now I understand there's no guarantee that the Giants will have success. Never mind immediate success with John Harbaugh. That I understand, but at least the Giants made the move necessary to potentially point them in the right direction. But with that being said, I definitely expect the Giants to be a more competent, more intelligent, more disciplined football team. I expect them to be a mentally and physically tough football team like they were during the prime years of Tom Coughlin and during the years of Bill Parcells. I expect them to do that. Speaking of Tom Coughlin, he had a huge role in bringing Harbaugh to the Giants. So that is awesome shit right there. Huge shout out to my man Tom Coughlin. Hopefully he gets his due in the Pro Football Hall of Fame someday. I thought he was a great coach. I'm a huge fan of Tom Coughlin. You guys should know that by now. Or in case you guys do not know that, just to let you guys know. Um, yeah, I think the Giants are heading in the whole potentially heading in the right direction with Harbaugh as the coach. As I said, the only thing that's a question mark is Joe Shane. Joe Shane better get his shit together, because if not, he gone too. He's joining Brian Dable. So that's all I really got to say. Ladies and gentlemen, please hit the like and subscribe button when you get the chance. It'll really appreciate it. It'll really help the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.